Hi guys, I'm a Gnome user, but the default setup is, let's face it, kind of boring. So, today, let's turn the default desktop into this. So the first thing we do is install Gnome Extension Manager. Just open up your software center and search for it, and install. Now this might be a shock to you if you use KDE or something like Cinnamon, but Gnome does not like customization out of the box, and that's why we need Extension Manager. The first time we open it up, we untick Background Logo, which is this pointless little Fedora logo in the bottom right of the screen. Of course, the real power is the Browse tab, where we will be installing some add-ons. So let's install 3 extensions. These are 3 I always start with: Dash to Dock, Dash to Panel, and Blur My Shell. Dash to Dock and Dash to Panel basically add application icons to the bottom of the screen. One looks like Windows and the other looks more like Mac, so just pick what you prefer. I'm with Windows on this, so that's the one I will pick. Now they both have this little settings icon that lets you customize how they look and work, and there's loads, so have fun with it. Righto, after a few minutes, I've got it how I like it. Just some transparency and slightly larger icons. Nothing too fancy. I find this is what works for me. Some might say if you want it to look similar to Windows, just use Windows. But on Windows, I know I will not have this level of tweaks. I'll just be stuck with the same size panel. That's the beauty of Linux. So before we go any further, let's tweak the terminal. Even if you are terrified of using the terminal, you know you might as well get it looking a bit nice. I generally pick a light on black color scheme and then add some transparency on top of that. Now the Text tab has options for rows and columns, which is essentially the size of the content of the terminal window. I like increasing these 2 values, so when the terminal opens up, it is nice and big and spacious. I also like hiding the scroll bars, as it makes everything look nice and clean. You can just use the mouse wheel in any case if you need to. Let's change the wallpaper to match our increasingly sexier looking desktop. You probably already know how to do this. And of course, we can toggle between light and dark mode. I'll choose dark mode for the next few steps. Let's get back to the Blur My Shell extension. Now, when you hit the super or start key or hit the applications icon, you get this fugly gray background. But switch on Blur My Shell and you get this instead. Doesn't that look way sexier? And there are a ton of options with how the app drawer looks. There's this cool Monte Carlo filter, as well as just color tints. Take your time testing out the options with this one for sure. Something a bit more practical now. Let's open up the Software Center and install the Tweaks application. This is an app that lets you make some minor but useful changes to how Gnome works. Just hit the Windows tab, and then you can just toggle the maximize and minimize buttons back on. Yes, that's right. Someone on the Gnome team decided we didn't need maximize or minimize buttons on our windows. Right guys, this one's just a bit of fun. Open up Extension Manager and search and install an extension called Desktop Cube. It lets you switch between your workspaces, like this. Isn't that going to make the ladies come running? Also, what better way to show off your new desktop but with NeoFetch? Open up your new Now Not Scary terminal and type in sudo dnf install NeoFetch. Isn't that a beaut? Like and subscribe, guys. Until next time.